Hi, my name is Ryan. I'm the owner of Classic Shoe and Leather Service in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm a third-generation cobbler with over 30 years experience. Our facility repairs all leather items. Come on in. Let's see what we're repairing today. So, we have an interesting job for you today. Anybody that follows my channel will notice something about what happens. I have a tendency to do a video about something, and I really like it, and it goes good. And then later, not too long later, a customer will bring in a very much more difficult version of that job, and ego gets involved, and I decide to do another video and say, hey, let's do the harder version of this. Well, this is the third iteration of this particular type of video. I'm sure that's some form of narcissism, but we're not going to get into that in this particular episode. Right now we have a Coyote pillow that was the result of a vicious domesticated canine attack, and it has been opened up a lot. We actually have some missing pieces in here that we cannot replace. It's actually, if you look, there'll be a little hole right there. So we're actually going to have to distort the pillow just a little bit in order to get fill in that hole. And there were a couple of little extra pieces that the dog kindly left laying around afterwards. So we should be able to fill it in and make it look good. I have already cut a patch right here. We're going to go ahead and install that, and then we're going to get to gluing. So I'm going to very gently pull this apart. The reason you want to be very, very gently or gentle about doing this is one of those very thin skins that has the fur left on. A lot of the times with rabbit fur and coyote and wolf and fox and stuff like that, people will use alum and salt to tan the hides, which is perfectly fine, but it tends to leave the hide very, very dry after a little while. And most people don't condition the leather. They have a tendency to wash the leather to get the fur feeling nice, and they'll get the fur conditioned. They'll put hair conditioner or something like that in it. But they don't actually condition the leather itself. And that's what ends up having these dry, flaking parts right here, where the leather is just kind of dry rotted and broken down after a very short period of time. They've only had this for a few years. Okay, so we have the patch in, which you see right here. Now we're going to very, very carefully put a couple of clips on our fur on the bottom side, which we are not going to be gluing first. We're going to be doing that afterwards. So we're going to roll this back just a little bit and put a clip right there, just so it kind of holds it out of the way. Fur side down. Sometimes we have to use some more weighted clips to get it to work. But this is just so we don't get glue in the fur. Never a good thing. Alright, so the pieces we're going to be gluing down first are the top three pieces, because they are actually a puzzle that will fit together like this. And then that'll give us our baseline to where we can take this and pull it up onto the rest of the pillow. Alright, so once again, we want to have these somewhat pulled back and out of the way, but we don't want to clip the skin, because we're actually going to be putting glue on the skin. But we don't want the fur to get any glue on it. Once again, you want to be real gentle in doing this so that you're not ripping out any hair or anything like that, which would obviously not be good. Wherever the skin will hold itself back, leave it alone like this. You see that it's perfectly fine at holding itself back in place. As long as it's doing that, there's no reason to clip it down, because you do have to take the clips back loose as you're gluing it, which takes more time. Well, I need a fourth on that one. All right. Okay. Now, very, very careful with the glue, not to get it on the fur. Since I'm taking a video, I anticipate I'm going to get it all over the fur. But I'll try. come in. We actually want to put the glue on the skin itself, since we're doing a one-piece gluing. The glue will attach to this skin, and then as it attaches to the other one, it'll force it to dry a little bit faster, allowing it to stick in place. Okay, I'm lightly holding the fur, but mostly I'm trying to hold the clip over here and the clip that's underneath my finger. I don't actually want to hold the fur too much. Oops, Stu, you were right. I am having to concentrate a little bit, so I cannot talk continuously. My cameraman made me a bet that I wouldn't be able to actually talk in this video. Kind of like the last one where I actually had to concentrate. Darn it. And as soon as I start talking. Alright, there we go. That looks good. Come and get this corner right here. This, a little bit down here, a little bit right here. We're going to come up and get this third piece. Oh, that looks beautiful. Doing nice. We're going to give this just a little bit of air dry time right here. A little bitty piece right there. Darn. Yeah, that'd be right. Okay. I'm going to do this little side right here. I'm going to go for the big piece, and then we'll stick it all down. Now the reason I'm not using a cotton swab or anything like that to be much more specific in the placement of the glue, I'm just relying on a little bit of skill in order to do this, because using the cotton swabs unfortunately just takes too darsh long. It just takes too long. I can't do it on a job this big. I won't actually get it in place fast enough or be able to be accurate about it long enough for the job to work. So you just have to be really careful. Alright, hard part right here. This is probably the hardest part, because there's very little stability on this one. I'm only holding the fur, and it doesn't like to do stability. Stable. Alright, one more dip in the glue. Yay! Alright. Get the clips off carefully. Okay, we're going to put these two pieces together like this before we put them down, since we can see the puzzle piece a little easier this way. Like this, and then here. That one's nice, that one's nice. A little glue. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to press this down, but we want to come back, grab the clips again, and start holding this fur back. again, so that it doesn't get into any of the excess glue, and it's out of the way for the next pieces that go down. Okay, just over here, so I can put it in. All right, not too bad actually. All right. Now we got that basically out of the way. Let's do some more gluing. That looks really good. Really good. Oh yeah. All that looks good. Okay, cool. Let's put some more clips to hold those out of the way. Sorry, camera. Okay, let's see how this one's going to go together now. Take that off, that off. This is going to come in here, so that's going to need to tuck under like that to bring that edge up to there and to there. And then we got our little hole there. Okay, that looks like it's going to be the right spot. So we brought that edge up. Right there, and over in this corner, right here. That looks good. Let's do some more gluing. We got to change the clips around just a little bit because we don't want them to actually be on the skin anymore, only on the fur, because we're going to be gluing the skin. All right. That looks solid. No, that's a little bit loose. Let's go over our seam right now while we can, before we seal the other side, to make sure that everything's going to stick right. That looks a little bit light on glue. Come back over that edge to make sure we have enough. Check out the other edges. Just make sure. That looks pretty good. There we go. All that looks good. Cool. Excellent. Okay. Let's go through. Now, the cool part about this is, since we're going to put this into position, and then we're going to pull it all up, we're going to do a nice little layer right along the edge here to give us something to stick to. And then we're going to glue the skin itself. And that's going to give us nice, good first time stick on the seam without a problem. through the seam right there. All right. Edge there. Last little bit right here. All right. Let's start sticking. Yep. Okay. It's got to dry just a little bit longer. Just a little bit too wet right there. Almost there. So one of the ways that you can, if you tan this type of material, you tan heron, rabbit, or coyote, or anything like that, fox, one of the things you can do with your skins is after you have them tanned, or after you tan them in alum and salt, make sure that you condition the back side of the leather itself, the flesh side of leather, and then after that, it's always a good idea with thin skins to use another backing if you can, something, even if it's a fabric, or if it's a pig skin, or any number of different things like that, to help keep it from falling apart over time. All right, let's pull all these off gently. There's our little hole. Now we have extra pieces over here that we can use. That is the stitch line. Let's see if we're actually going to be able to use this. See if this will help at all. Wow. Dog didn't leave us much to work with, but that's okay. Still just a little bit wet. Actually, that's pretty good. Let's see, I got a little spot right here. Yeah, put it right there. That'll help you. Okay. Wow, that looks bad. Sad thing is, there's not very much glue. All right, aside from being, you know, wet, so can't tug on it very much, but you can see not coming apart, not falling apart. Everything's good. Not too bad. I mean, it's fur, so you can get away with a lot. But all in all, I think that turned out pretty good. That one little piece just does not make me happy. I don't like that. No, that's coming out. Never mind. That's just was looking not right. Okay. I'm going to stop futzing with it. But all in all, happy. It's not broken. She can still use it. It will be completely usable. I think she was using it as a throw, but she could still lay on it, have a nice time. I'm going to straighten all this out and make that nice and fluffy again. That's that one extra piece that we put in there to cover that up. Anyway, that looks pretty good. Alrighty, people. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's lesson in leather. Fun stuff, huh? Alright, we'll see you next time. Well, I came back the next morning and it's dry, and this is how it turned out. Turned out pretty good. We're very happy with it. Once again, hope you enjoyed today's lesson in leather. Thank you.